Hey guys, this is the second video for More Than Words by Extreme. And last time that we left off, let's see, I've got my tabs in front of me. I think we left off at the A minor 7 chord. I'm going to just follow along with my tabs here. I've actually created tabs for this song now. I didn't have them for the first lesson, but I went ahead and tabbed out the entire song. That's downloadable. Depending on when you watch this, I may have it right next to the video, or it may be in the tools section of the website. But if you're confused, just give me an email and I'll let you know where to get them. But I've got tabs now, and what we learned so far was this. Starting at the beginning, the intro. We're going. Okay, that was all the way through the A minor 7. So we had our G chord, and then our CID, then A minor 7. Okay, and after that A minor 7, we slap those strings again. And now we're to, if you're looking at the tabs, this is the 4th line on the 4th page. Oh, I'm sorry, on the first page. 4th line on the first page. So we've gotten to a C chord now. After you slap those strings the way you do on the A minor chord, now you're going to go to a C. We haven't had the C before, so here's what it is. 3rd fret on the A. No, we haven't had a C before. So 3rd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D string, open on the G, 1st on the B string, and then open on the E string. Now we're not going to play all those strings. What you're going to do is thumb's going to be on the A string, and then your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers are going to be on the G, B, and E strings, respectively. And you're going to pluck all those notes, okay? And you're going to come back with just your first 3 fingers and pluck those skinny strings again. And then again, slap the strings. So, just like that. C. Okay? Now we're going to get to our D chord. Now D chord we haven't had yet. Most of you probably know a D chord, but what it is starting at the skinny E string, it's 2nd fret, B string is 3rd fret, G string is 2nd fret, and then it's open from there. Okay, so what we're going to do when we get to that D string, though, we're going to leave the bass note out this time. What it's going to sound like is this. Sorry. And then it kind of all starts over. So here's what we do on that D. I want you to grab the 3 skinny strings like you normally do, E, B, and G. Pluck those. Now you're going to use your thumb to pluck the D string open. Okay? So skinny strings, D string open, and then now you're going to switch to a D suspended 4. So what you're going to do is take that pinky and put it on the 3rd fret of the skinny E string. See what I'm doing there? And you're going to pluck those 3 notes now, E, B, and G. Okay? Then you're going to play open on the D string again. And then the D suspended 4 again. So leave that pinky where it's at. Now out of habit, you may see me kind of move my pinky back and forth between the D suspended 4s, but you don't need to. You can just leave it right there. And after you pluck that last D suspended 4 again, slap the strings. And that's the end of the intro. And you're going to play through that intro, and then I'll play through the whole thing here again in 1 second. But what you're going to do is go into the verse after that, and it kind of just well, actually what really happens is you play the intro, man, I can't remember how many times. I didn't write it down. But the intro and the verse are really similar, except once you're playing the verse and it's not the intro anymore, you're going to continue past where it says intro and verse continues. Okay? So let's go ahead and actually play through that intro one time. You can see it, okay? Here it is slow. Sorry, I messed that up. Here we go. And that's me repeating back to the beginning of the tabs again. So you're doing that to do the verse. I think you play the intro, you play that whole section twice, and that's the intro, and then you start it a 3rd time, that's the verse, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, that is your first page of tabs for the most part, where it says intro, end, verse, continues. So now that we've played the intro, let's pretend we've played the intro and we've gone through the verse. Now we're going to continue past. This is going to be the last line on your first page of tabs. I just noticed my tabs printout is kind of messed up, but it's okay, we can keep going. What we're going to do is, if you'll see, I've got the chords listed over their tabs, over the tabs now, what chords you're holding down. So now we're going to an E minor. It doesn't look like this on the tabs, and you don't have to do it exactly this way, but it would help just to go ahead and hold down the actual chord. So we're going to go to an E minor here, and what that is open on the thick E string, second on the A, second on the D string, and then open from there on. So G, B, and E string are all open. That's an E minor. What you're going to do there is play the open string, the thick E string open, and then you're going to use your other fingers to play the E, B, and G string again. It's real similar to what we've done before, so pluck those, and then slap the strings again. So, just like that. Now when we come back, still on the E minor chord, we're going to switch our bass note to the A string, but the skinny strings stay the same, and we're going to pluck them all together. Just like that, okay? And now you're going to pluck the E, B, and G strings together again without the bass note and slap the strings. So that whole E minor chord goes like this. Bass note, skinny strings, slap, change your bass note to the A string 2nd fret. Skinny strings are along with it this time. And then pluck the skinny strings. Skinny, I always mean E, B, and G. Pluck those alone this time. And slap the string. So that's your E minor chord right there. Now we're going to go to an A minor 7. We're still in the last line of that first page. So our A minor 7, we've already done it, so I'm not going to run over the chord anymore. But you've got your A minor held, your bass notes on the A string. You're going to pluck all 4 notes together. So, and then the skinny strings without the bass note. Slap the strings. So, just like that. And then we're going to, still an A minor 7, but we're going to pluck the bass note alone. And now we're going to put our pinky on the 3rd fret of the skinny E string. We've done that before, still a 7th chord, because that's just a G note, and so that doesn't change the A minor 7. So still A minor 7, but pluck those skinny strings together, and then pick your pinky back up and pluck those skinny strings together again. And then slap the strings. Okay? So the A minor 7 again goes. We've done that pattern before in the song, so it's nothing new. And let's start at the E minor chord. Now this is right after the section where it says intro, end, verse, continues. This is the last line, okay? So E minor. Okay? So, I'm going to switch my tabs here real quick. This is exactly what you can print out when you download it from the website. Now, let's go ahead and go to the first line of the 2nd page of tabs. Okay, we've got a D chord. We're going to pluck all those notes together, slap the strings. So D chord, slap the strings, and we've got D chord again. Let me make sure. Yeah. So you go D chord, slap the strings, and you're going to go D chord 2 times again. Now, when I say D chord, I mean all of them. Okay, including your bass notes. So again, okay, so starting that line off, slap the strings. Now we're to our G chord. So you're going to pluck all the strings. So bass notes on the E string, and you also have these skinny strings as well, all of those. Pluck that, pluck it one more time. Now what you're going to do is, it says D suspended 4, but we've got, if you'll notice, we've got the 2nd fret on the thick E string. So it's really what it is it is a D suspended 4 with an F sharp pedal. That's an F sharp note there. So there's a couple of ways to go about it. Probably the easiest for you, if you can't make the D switch very fast, is once you play that 2nd G chord, just pick your middle finger up and move your first finger to the 2nd fret of the thick E string. That way you've got all the notes you need. Okay? And then you have to actually switch to the D chord because we have to pick that finger up. But one thing that can, depends on which is easier for you. If that way's easiest, do it that way. If not, pluck your 2 G strings, and then when it says D suspended 4, go ahead and switch. You got a D chord here, and you wrap your thumb around to do the F sharp pedal. Pedal just means an extra bass note on the bottom that isn't the root note of that chord. So instead of having a D on bottom, we've got an F sharp. Okay? So we play that D suspended 4. So, sorry, we got D suspended 4 with an F sharp pedal, so have your pinky down. And now, leave everything the same except pick your pinky up, so we've got a D with an F sharp pedal. And then we're still on that first line of the 2nd page, E minor. Okay? Bass note on the thick E string, skinny strings again, pluck them all together. And then just the skinny strings. Now, 2nd line, C chord, hold down your full C chord, bass note on the A string, and then the 3 strings together. Okay, so let me go through that, starting at the top line there. We've got D chord, then D again, then G chord, no slap after, so just G chord, D suspended 4 with an F sharp pedal, D with an F sharp pedal, E minor, and the skinny strings of E minor. Then C chord, bass note on the A string, and the skinny strings. Slap the strings. Now we're to A minor. Now you're going to pluck the A string for your bass note, and then the skinny strings again, all together. And then A minor, skinny strings. Sorry, A minor 7, and then skinny strings. Slap them. And do that again where we add that G note. So you can look at your tabs. We've done that before where we go. Okay? Now, that's probably a good stopping point. So we stopped at the 2nd line of the 2nd page of tabs. That is probably good. So let's take a break right there. I don't want the video to be too long, so play up that far, try to get fast at it. And once you start playing with the actual song, I always encourage you, buy the song off iTunes, Amazon, at your local record or CD store, and actually play along with the song. And you'll actually see kind of where these fit in with the words. But also download the tabs and follow along with those. And that's good. Thanks for watching. Once you're done with this one, go to video 3.